Hello, dear friends. What a blessing to be here today. We are together every week to study the book Green Light by the Spirit Andrea Luiz through the mediumship of Francisco Cândido Xavier. Therefore, we start our study with a note of gratitude to both of them for bringing to us these teachings that enlighten us and that bless our mornings with showers of light. All of these teachings bring to our lives an opportunity of renewal, an opportunity to reevaluate where we are and what kind of behaviors, what kind of abilities we want to develop over time in this life and in the future lives. Today's chapter is chapter 31, and Andrea Luiz titled this chapter Brief Notes. Those are things for you and I to do. Excuse me. He says, do not waste time. Do not run away from duty. Attend the commitments assumed. Serve as much as you can. Love intensively. Work arduously. Pray with faith. Speak with kindness. Do not criticize. Observe constructively. Always steady. Do not complain. Spread joyfulness. Sow peace. Help without demands. Comprehend and benefit. Forgive any offenses. Be punctual. Keep peace of mind. Help generously. And forget all evil. Those are 21 brief notes by Andrea Luiz. So let's review them, some of them, of course, so that we can perhaps pick a few, choose a few of them to practice today and between now and the next time we meet. Do not waste time. How many times we just scroll through social media or read an article that is not very elevated or follow the lives of those who are quote unquote famous? That is wasting time because you could be using that time to learn a new language, to read another spiritist book, to volunteer to help the um the homeless or the sick or the elderly, right? And how many times do we run away from duty? He says, do not run away from duty. When we know it's important to do this work, when we know it's important to give up some comfort so others can have a little bit more, when we know it's more convenient to be at the park every Saturday or Sunday, but the Spiritist Center next to you needs your help. So we can't run away from duty. And if you assumed any commitments, he says, tend to them, or keep the commitments you assumed. So if you said you're going to be somewhere and do something, translate a message, read a message, distribute the water, take the passes course, do it. Serve as much as you can. Nowhere here, Andrea Luiz says, go spend the whole life enjoying, retire early, don't work much, just go and do everything you love doing every day. There's a balance between work and rest. And yes, we can enjoy some moments of leisure, but if you look at any of the books he wrote, The spiritual colonies is described, the spiritual missions is described. Him, Manuel Filomeno de Miranda, the book Jesus in the Home, where it shows Jesus always serving. We need to read those and actually put that into our lifetime. Apply these teachings to our daily lives. Love intensively. When you love someone, and I use the word love in terms of the grander meaning of love that you can find in the book After Death by Leon Denis. Not just as the way we use love as between two people, the way we misuse the word love to say we love food or chocolate, right? We're really seeing every being in front of you as a child of God as you are, as a being that is doing the best they can to keep going, as a being that may not be related to you, it may not agree with you on everything, but still another brother and sister in humanity that we need to love. It says, work arduously. You're committed to do something, do with all your heart and all your might. Don't do it halfway done. Do work arduously. Pray with faith, not just with the mouth and the words, but with feeling the teachings of feeling the love and the plead and the release that comes from praying with faith. Speak with kindness. How many of us speak with anger, with criticism, with sarcasm? He says, no, speak with kindness. Don't criticize. That's a big one for these days. Everybody seems to have an opinion about everything, and criticism about how we should live each one's life. So we are truly focusing on the speck on someone else's eye instead of checking what's on ours, right? Do not complain. Always study. That's what we're doing today. This is what we do every Thursday morning with the book Green Light. So peace goes well with speaking kindly, right? Because what you, in the book Calmness, Emmanuel tells us that the voice, your words are a sound portrait. Excuse me. Then whatever you speak, you fuse it with love, with kindness, with joyfulness. The tone of voice, the volume of the voice, the words we choose, those are very important things. Help without demands. How many of us help but want something in return? Yes, I can help you, but only when it's very convenient for me and does not affect any other leisure activity that I have to do. These are tough subjects. We have to address them. In a world where so much suffering can be felt, can be experienced, where our brothers and sisters everywhere in our communities and elsewhere are suffering, we need to be loving but tough. We have to look at ourselves and say, I have enough. I've done enough for myself in the few decades of life I've had. Now it's time to serve others. Forgive any offenses. That's a good one, because when you forgive, you free yourself and you allow that person to do what they do and you move on. You free up mental energy, emotional energy to move on and do something else. Keep your peace of mind. Be punctual. It's a good one. We want to be on time. We want to respect people's time. If we say we're going to be there, if the study group starts at 7, don't arrive at 7:15. And don't be offended if the door is closed, right? We want to be punctual to the discarnate beings around us who serve and help us, to also to the incarnate beings that live with us. Help generously. How many of us could give up some more in order to give to others, right? How many of us have too much? And then we need to help with more generosity. Last but not least, the last phrase on this chapter, he says, cultivate sincerity, accepting yourself as you are, and always do the best you can. And that's it for the brief notes by Andrea Luiz. through the mediumship of Francisco Cândido Xavier. This is the study of the book Green Light. And between now and the next week when we meet, God willing, I'll be back with you. Between now and then, stay well, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.